Hey guys, so today I have an empties video for you, and I have so much makeup in this one, so I think it's going to be a really good one, and we're just going to get on into it. So I used up 2 makeup products today, just now when I got ready for this video. First I have this little mini Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is my favorite mascara that I've personally tried. I have to try a lot more, but right now it's my favorite. It's just completely dried out now. I used it on my lashes today, but it was so hard because it's so dry. So this one has run its course. It lasted me a super long time though, so I really don't think you need the full size. You can get away with just buying this one, and really I think they might dry out at just around the same time. I do have a full size that I got for free doing one of those little mascara try-on things where you get like a free voucher. So I will let you know if they seem to last around the same time, but my theory is that they probably dry out around the same, so I would go with this one. And my favorite brow pencil, the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. Mine is in the shade Blonde. I love this. I used it just a little bit on like the tips of my eyebrows today, but it's gone, which makes me really sad because it's my favorite. I haven't found too many brow pencils that are affordable that I like. I like the NYX one, but it's just so hard to get, so unless I'm gonna make a big NYX order on the Ulta website, it's not really worth it because the shipping is so expensive and we don't have an Ulta in our town. They're just harder to find, and this is cheaper and I kind of like it just a little bit better maybe, so I go with this one every time. I'm definitely going to repurchase this soon because I cannot live without this, but leave your recommendations for new brow pencils, like skinny little brow pencils like this, in the comments below. I know the Anastasia one is really great, but it's too expensive for me, so leave some drugstore suggestions in the comments, please. Okay, then from my project pan, I finally finished off this Mad About You body spray from Bath & Body Works. I love this one. It smells oddly like my sister always has smelled. It's like her scent, like she didn't even know about this scent, and then we told her that it smelled like her, which is the weirdest thing, but it does. Anyway, I really love this. I would definitely repurchase it. Those are all the marks from my project pan. Make sure that you're subscribed so you can see my project pan and all its progress and stuff. Make sure you check out those videos. I will leave them in the description. But yeah, this is really nice, and it actually didn't take me too long to use up. Then I have this little sampler from Makeup Forever. This is just a little primer sampler, and it had 4 different primers. I actually gave away, or I cut out the mattifying primer that was here. I kind of like put them in the wrong place, but there was a mattifying primer in this, but it has cinnamon in it, so I can't use it, so I gave that one back to my mom. She actually gave me this because she doesn't really use samples. Comes with the mattifying primer, which I just told you I couldn't use, and then there is a smoothing primer, hydrating primer, and redness correcting primer, and I really liked all of them. My favorite is still the hydrating one. I have a little mini of that and it's really, really good. The smoothing one was alright, but it's nothing that I haven't seen. It was kind of like a silicone-y type of a thing, and it just seemed so basic to me. Like, there's just so many out there, so I wasn't really dying to use it more. And then the redness correcting primer was actually really good. I use it like kind of in specific areas where I would have redness, like around my nose, or if I had a pimple coming up or anything like that, and it really did work well, and I didn't have to use concealer on it, which I would usually do, which kind of made it look a bit less thick on my face, so it just looked more natural. So I really do like that, and I might consider getting some kind of green correcting. I don't know if I would use this primer again or what, but it was really good. This, I think, was also in my project pan. I used up this EOS Sweet Mint lip balm. It's completely gone. I really loved it, but it's time to let this one go. I have this little travel-sized Garnier Fructis leave-in conditioning cream, which I took with me to Canada because I needed something to keep my hair from going crazy. This one I really like. It smells amazing. It smells like strawberries to me. I have these 2 candles that were in my what I went to use up in 2017 video. This is Flannel and Vanilla Snowflake from Bath & Body Works, and they're just little mini candles. I would definitely recommend buying the bigger size, but if you do want to just try one out, then these are nice. They're $4.50 each, so that's why I would say go with the bigger size, because it is more expensive, but you get a lot more bang for your buck that way, because they last so long, and these really didn't last very many uses. This one in flannel is very, very musky and kind of smells like cologne, which I personally like. I don't know if they'll come back out with these around Christmas. I know they're not available right now, but I did really like them, and I really like the packaging on this one. It's really pretty. And this one is just a very nice vanilla smell, kind of like a warm vanilla, and I really like vanilla, so this is really awesome, and I would definitely repurchase this as well. Then I have this e.l.f. Shadow Lock Eyelid Primer. I think this is also in my project pan, and I used this one up. This was my last one, and if I were in a pinch and I needed an eyeshadow primer on a very strict budget, I would definitely go for this. This is only $2, so it's really nice, and it did last me quite a while, but it's not my absolute favorite. But again, leave me your suggestions in the comments below for new drugstore eyelid primers, because I'm definitely on the lookout for those as well. I actually have another Brow Stylist definer here, so you can tell how much I love this. And I also have this e.l.f. brow pencil in the shade Taupe, which I did like. Again, very good if you're on a tight budget. This is only $2, where the L'Oreal one is like $8. So I mean, the L'Oreal one is not expensive at all, but if you were on a tight budget, this one is good. But the tip is just super, oh my god, super thick compared to the L'Oreal one. It's not too thick. I did like it, but not my absolute favorite. So again, if I were in a pinch and had like only a small amount of money to spend, I would go with this one again, but I do prefer the L'Oreal. I also used up the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Makeup Setting Spray. I can't speak. This is really good. I don't like that it seems to have such a strong alcohol smell. I don't know what the content, like what the alcohol content in here is, but it does smell very strongly of alcohol to me. Not too strong, but at times it has given me a headache, and it's just, I don't know, most of my setting sprays don't really smell like anything, but this one does have a strong alcohol smell, which I don't really like. But it does work amazingly. As for the price, it is drugstore, but I feel like for the drugstore it's very expensive. It was around like $15, so at that price, like, it's not that far away from being high-end. And there are other setting sprays that I kind of like more from the drugstore that are a little bit cheaper, like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus is probably my favorite from the drugstore, and it is a lot cheaper than this, like $5 compared to $15, so I don't know if I'd really recommend this one in particular, but it is good and it makes your makeup last all day. If you want it, pick it up, but I don't know if I would spend the money on it, because I don't know, I just don't like that drugstore brands are getting so high up there in price. Sorry that I'm messing up so much of my words right now. I'm like stuttering like crazy, which is crazy because I don't really have a stutter, but I'm just, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm sorry. Okay, then I've used up 3 deodorants. I have the 2 Dove Advanced Cares. I have Cool Essentials and the invisible one, which is supposed to leave no white marks. And then I have this little Nivea Sheer Comfort deodorant, which I bought while I was in Canada because I ran out of my deodorant. It's not really my favorite. It kind of left things just feeling a little bit wet. I didn't really call this an antiperspirant because it didn't really keep me from sweating. It just kind of covered up the scent, which I guess if it's just a deodorant it's supposed to do, but I like deodorant and antiperspirant, so this wasn't really my favorite. I wouldn't repurchase this. These 2 I really like. This is my favorite deodorant. All the kinds are really good. This is the one that I think my mom bought for me again, so I do have that right now, and it's nice. It feels nice and everything, but not my favorite of this line. It's still okay, it smells nice and everything, but just not my favorite. I like the coconut one because it is very soothing. This one is like cucumbers, but it's just not as soothing to me, so I don't know if I would repurchase this myself, but I'm not mad about getting a new one. And then this invisible one I really did like because it is, I'm noticing, like, now that I have the Cool Essentials one, straight after using this one, I just noticed that this one really does not leave any marks on your clothes, and that one, like, I have to be a lot more careful with because it does tend to leave marks on my clothes sometimes. So this one I really, really like because it really doesn't. Then I have my favorite makeup removing wipes. This is the Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes. They're really nice. They don't ever irritate my skin or my eyes or anything, and they get the job done. So I like to keep a thing of them in my room for like swatches and stuff, or if I'm messing up my makeup to wipe things away. Here's another thing that I used up while I was in Canada. This is the Burt's Bees Vanilla Bean Moisturizing Lip Balm. I love this one. I love Burt's Bees, and I think I do prefer the original formula, but I did repurchase this one because the scent now like reminds me of my trip to Canada, because I used it all the time because my lips just dried out so bad. I'm guessing because it was so cold and I'm just not used to that. It reminds me of that, and that is when I met my girlfriend in person for the first time, and so it's really sentimental to me, so the scent brings back those memories and it's really nice. I definitely would repurchase the original one, maybe after I use up a couple more lip balms because I just have so many right now, but once I do that I will probably repurchase the original one, but this is definitely one I will keep in my collection because I like just the smell of it, and like it's still like a really good formula, so I definitely recommend it. Next I have my favorite moisturizer of all time. I have 3 different little containers of these. I go through these super fast. There's not, I guess, I don't know, there's 1.7 ounces, so you would think it would be enough, but it's not enough not enough product for me because I use this like crazy. It's so nice on the skin. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream for extra dry skin. This has hyaluronic acid in it, which is really great for moisturization, and this is just so nice. It comes in this jar thing, which I kind of wish it came in like a pump or something. It just moisturizes your skin so well. I don't even have like extra dry skin, but my dermatologist recommended me this because my skin was drying out with her treatments, and now I've stopped going there because of that. This still really works well for me. I use this more so at night because it is a bit thicker, but it still looks nice. Like it sets down really nice, and you can definitely put makeup on over it, sorry. You can definitely put makeup on over it and there's no problem, so I highly, highly recommend this. No matter what your skin type is, I think that you could really enjoy this. Next, I have this little mini NARS Audacious mascara. I really like the packaging of this because it's like a nice matte packaging. Past that, I mean, I don't really like it that much. The formula is fine. It's not my favorite. It gets the job done, but it's just not anything special to me. And the wand is just so spiky. It hurts my eyes because sometimes, you know, when you're trying to get really far down to the lash line, you kind of hit your eye a little bit, and it just hurts so much with this. I don't know how well you can see, but it's very, very spiky, and I don't really like these synthetic bristles. They're just too spiky and they hurt, so I would not recommend this. I got it as a 100-point perk or something, but I wouldn't recommend it, and I definitely would not repurchase this. I have another mascara. I guess I just go through mascaras quickly. This is the CoverGirl Plumpify Blast Pro. I got this for free from Influencer to test out. I will leave Influencer linked down below. You can sign up to receive free products just based on your social media, so that's what I do. And I got this, which was really exciting. It's the first makeup thing that I've gotten from them, but it wasn't my absolute favorite either. It did a really nice job of plumping the lashes and everything, but I don't like the wand. Again, this one, the problem is the wand is just so big. It was really hard to use because I couldn't get down to the lashes without getting it all over my eye, and definitely couldn't use this on the lower lashes, so I'd always have to bring in other mascaras with this, but I did like using it that way. It definitely gave a little boost to my other mascaras, but I would not repurchase this. I just don't like the wand for me. If you maybe have bigger eyes, or I think even if you had darker lashes, because my lashes are blonde, so obviously I have to get down to the root, but if you have darker lashes, it's not as big of a deal, so maybe you would like this, but for me, it's not my favorite. I do really like CoverGirl mascaras, but just not this one. Then I have this little pocket back from Bath & Body Works. This is in Winter Wonderland. I think I really like this scent. It's kind of like a berry scent. Usually berry scents kind of make me feel nauseous because I think I have like a sensitivity to blueberry or something, but I don't think this has blueberry in it because it never made me feel nauseous. If it does, maybe it's like a small amount and it just doesn't bother me or whatever, but I don't know. I really liked this. I don't think I'd repurchase this particular scent if they did come out with it during the winter. But I love these hand sanitizers. They smell so nice, and the little carrier things are really cute, so they're just nice to have around. Next, I have this Living Proof Fresh Cut Split End Mender, which for me didn't really work for its intended purposes. Sorry, I can't speak. This is supposed to be a split end treatment. You're supposed to put it on the ends of your hair, and it's supposed to magically heal your split ends, which I don't personally think is possible. It's just my opinion, but I don't really think it's possible to completely heal a split end. You can kind of make the two ends go back together maybe, but that split end is still kind of there, so it's still not healthy hair in my opinion. I currently have a lot of split ends. I need to get my hair cut, but when I used this, it just didn't seem to work for that, but I did like it just to smooth out my hair, kind of as some kind of like a cream or something. I just like to use that stuff to smooth out my hair so it's not frizzy, and it worked for that, and I like the smell of it, so it's not bad. So the rest are all samples. I have these two perfume samples. I have Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream and Dolce & Gabbana Floral Drops. I really liked Daisy Dream actually. I didn't think I would because it is kind of floral, which is why I don't really like the floral drops as much, but it's actually not bad. I don't think I'd repurchase it because it is so expensive, but I did like it. Kind of like having perfume samples because you do get to try out those things, but at the same time they just take up so much space, so I'm kind of torn on them. But anyway, got these out of my collection. Then I have all these little samples. I have Josie Maran 100% Pure Argan Oil, which I used just on my face. I just used this alone. You can mix this into moisturizers and stuff, which it might be better that way, but just using it on its own, it doesn't really sink in enough, so I don't think it really worked that well for me. I don't really know if a face oil is right for me or my skin type, so I personally would not repurchase this. I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This was fine. It was kind of like that silicone-y formula, which is not my absolute favorite, but it's not bad, so I would consider purchasing this in the future, maybe. I don't know. I remember really loving this. This is the Clarins Multi-Active Nuit? I don't know how to say that word because I'm pretty sure it's French and I don't speak French, but this was just a body cream type of thing, I think. Oh, this was a night cream, sorry. I don't know why. I thought it wasn't on here, but it is. It was a night cream, and so I would use this all over my face, and it's supposed to target fine lines. Obviously, I don't really have a lot of those going on because I am 21. I think I just really liked this because it was super moisturizing, and it made my skin look really, really nice. So I would definitely recommend this. I don't know how much this is. I'm sure it's expensive, but it was really, really nice, and if you do have more mature skin, maybe you would like it for its, you know, fine line removal or whatever, but for me, it just made my skin look really, really nice, and that's all I can really say about it, so I really did like it. This is the Ahava, I don't know how to say that either, Dead Sea Eye Concentrate. You're supposed to put this like under your eyes and see less puffiness and stuff. I don't know. I don't know that I noticed any big differences here. I don't really have a lot of puffiness under my eyes. I do have really dark under eye circles that are genetic, so I can't get rid of them. This didn't really seem to help that at all, so I don't know. I don't think I would repurchase this. It didn't really do much for me. And lastly, I have this Purity Made Simple 3-in-1 cleanser for face and eyes. I was looking for this, and on Sephora it's actually listed as like a makeup remover or something like that, so which you can use it for. It did remove my makeup when I used it like that, but just know that this is not the regular face wash because I definitely got confused. The regular face wash has cinnamon in it, so I couldn't use that, but this one, I always look at the ingredients, and this one is fine. I used it once just to remove my makeup, and then I used it once just on its own without any makeup underneath, and just used it as a face wash, and I really like it that way. I had like a huge pimple, and when I used this, well, I'm not even sure if it was the next morning. I feel like it was like instantly it looked a lot smaller, and then the next morning it was even smaller, and it just seemed to really help with that. So I would definitely repurchase this. I really want to get it and see if it really helps my skin a lot, because it really did seem to help my skin when I used it the one time. So It does remove makeup really well, but I personally would use it as a cleanser because it just seemed to do wonders for me. And that is all. And this bag is disgusting on the inside. Hopefully I can move more product out and get you another Empties video sooner, because I know this one was a long time coming. I haven't done an Empties in a while, but it seems to just take me so long to fill up that bag. Let me know if you guys would enjoy maybe shorter Empties on a like monthly period, or if you like me saving it up and it being like a longer video like this one. Let me know in the comments what you think. That is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Let me know that you want to see more types of videos like this. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already to see videos like this and to see all of my project pans and everything. And hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!